is with the deepest
Jim
regret.
Hart's love for his wife is everlasting, forever immortalized in his poems. This year on September 11th, as the world mourns, Jim's words are getting him through his grief. I'm Christine Persichetti. In the 22 years since September 11th, 2001, thousands of people, first responders and civilians alike, have died of 9/11 related illnesses. Their loved ones constantly reminded of that tragic day. One Brooklyn man has poured his love for his late wife onto the page in books of poetry dedicated to her. Currents News' Jessica Easthope sat down with Jim Hart and has his story from Borough Park.
The books that fill the shelves of Jim Hart's Borough Park home library have defined his life.
The first time she loved me, I stood in the deepness of her eyes.
But these words define his love. They're his own, and they're dedicated to his wife, Sue.
And I knew right then I had found that once in a lifetime love perfection. She was the love of my life. It's hard to this day. You know, some days it seems like 3 minutes ago, and some days it seems like 3 lifetimes ago.
Loving Sue and Missing Sue are two of Jim's books of poetry.
In your living room with no lights except for the TV.
Sue was and still remains his creative muse. Sue was told she had terminal gallbladder cancer just 3 months before she passed away in 2020. Doctors said it was 9/11 related, a diagnosis that brought Jim back to that day 22 years ago, when Sue was in charge of facilities at City Hall.
Being a husband, I said, go home. And she said, a manager of facilities are in danger here. I can't leave now.
Jim saw with his own eyes what was waiting at Ground Zero. He volunteered there after work as a chief of department for New York City sanitation, hoping to find survivors.
Everything, and I mean everything, the streets, the signs, the buildings, were this kind of tannish color. You could not tell where you were.
He wished his wife, who was a dedicated partner, mother, and employee, hadn't been so dedicated in that moment.
Not only she stayed the first day, I knew Sue, and I knew she was going to go back. It was, you wish she had listened to you and not got to work.
Since 9/11, 69 types of cancer have been linked to the toxic dust at Ground Zero. Sue's duty to her work and to the people of New York wasn't unappreciated.
Susan Hart has been one of City Hall's true heroes.
But as of March of 2023, she and nearly 6,000 others have paid the ultimate price for it. Now, Jim is left with 50 years of memories and 2 works of poetry that have been published in journals all over the world.
I never expected to be the one who lived on.
His love for Sue memorialized forever.
There are a lot of tear-stained pages. There were no blank pages. The ideas flowed as fast as I fell in love with them.
If he could, Jim would rewrite history. But instead, he writes about Sue.
Never knew how Adam mourned his missing rib.
In Borough Park, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
You can get Jim's books, Loving Sue and Missing Sue, on Amazon. Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.